So we're just going to look at a small overview of one particular model that comes into the Pipeliner program often. And as you know already, if you've been watching the other stuff, it is called the total solution landscape. Now, this model was specifically designed for the IT industry. And originally it was designed by technical people within the IT industry for doing a specific job, which is in stage 4 in our pipeline methodology, which is creating a bridge from business people to IT people and back again. Yeah? Creating a bridge in understanding. I'm sure you've heard the old joke before that IT people and business people speak a different language. The business people speak English and the IT people speak something else. Swahili, Suhubu, Ishwali, whatever. We don't understand it. Yep. So there's a need for translation. There's a need to translate from one school of thought into another. And originally the total solution landscape or a similar concept was built to help technical people look at their technical solutions from business terminology and business needs. Yeah? Within the context of the Pipeliner system or sales system, this has been expanded into a fully fledged sales tool to address the product within your sales environment. Yeah? So you work in a different sales environment. You have IT as a part of your offering. You've got a piece of software. Yeah? Software comes with services, so there is a relevance here according to the model itself. But if you weren't from the IT industry in any way, shape or form, if you were from banking or finance, or if you were from agriculture or from heavy industry, you would still have a product. And that product plays a part within the sales process. As you've seen from our Pipeliner process, we haven't spoken much about product. I've been speaking for years, hours and hours and hours. Eventually you'll have to listen to me for something like 35 hours or more in order to watch this whole film, which is quite depressing for some people, I can fully understand. And how many of those hours are dedicated to the product? 2, 3? So what else do I speak about for the whole time? That's an interesting question, yeah? And one that we're not going to answer here. But the important thing is the product needs to be addressed, yeah? So this concept builds a story that goes through the sales process. In stage 1, we use the concept to write a list, and the list is used to capture all of the elements of our product that the customer currently uses within their environment. Yeah? So list the customer's existing IT products and services. This demonstrates competence. Okay? So I'm a trainer. My job with something like this is to ask my customer what types of training they do. Leadership training, sales training, communication skills training, team building training, technical skills training, hard skills, project management, blah, blah, blah. Change management comes into my area as well. Yeah? I will also get given information about change consulting, facilitated sessions, anything where a group of people comes into a room, I will, eventually start taking information on and collecting data on. So I would become knowledgeable to the best of my ability about my customers' training and education environment, yeah? And try and find out everything that they do. In your situation, you have a translation software and you have translation services, so your job would be to find out everything that you know about their translation characteristics. Who do they use? What languages do they translate to and from in? What products need to be translated, the data? What types of information gets translated? You would have a section for simultaneous translations, for meeting-oriented translations, and for text-based translations. You would have a software piece, you would have a script or prose piece, etc. You may have legal and different departments within that. So you would have a place where you would collect all of the information that you keep that is related to their usage of your products and services, but not necessarily yours, Because if they're a new customer, they don't use you, right? They use somebody else, which means you're writing down information about your competitors, yeah, and about everything else that gets used. So, from a sales manager's perspective, we are doing a competitive analysis. But I'm not interested in the role of the sales manager at this point. I'm simply interested in the sales usage of this tool for the salesperson, which is understanding where my product fits and if I have somebody to fight in order to get it in place. Yeah. Okay. The model moves through the sales process through to stage 4. The same principle will then be used to create a draft solution for the solution itself, for the product or project, and we use this to bridge from business people to, in this case, IT people. In the IT world, this concept of bridging is important because IT really is a different language. In my world, the concept of bridging changes slightly. I have a whole world of trainers' terminology that business people A, don't understand, and B, don't really care about. I'm sure you have the same kind of stuff related to your products and services. Stuff that business people don't really need to know in order to implement it. Yeah? If I'm selling a paper machine, which is the size of a house, to a country billions of miles away, then there's a whole load of technical information which is important for the technical project managers, but not important for the budgetary decision makers, the people who buy the stuff. There's always this dilemma of how much technical information to bring into a business discussion. That's where this process of bridging takes place. Anyway, more detail on that when we actually get into the bridging concept. We use the same concept to bridge from our product to the business and to create a draft solution. Okay. Finally then, in stage 5, yeah, we use the same concept again to create and document the final solution and to prepare for our negotiation. We are going to assume a couple of things. Firstly, we're going to assume that the outcome of this sales process will be a project. This project will be complex as most projects are, and the project will be subject to the laws of project management, which says that most projects fail to deliver on price, resource, and timing forecasts. Yeah? Why do they fail? Because salespeople lie all the time. No, they don't lie, but they're economical with the truth. They say, oh yes, dear customer, it's possible. Sure, it's possible. No problem. Yeah? And so this problem tends to extenuate itself and get bigger into the project stage itself. Anyway, so we want to mitigate against unsuccessful projects within the sales process itself. We do that with this concept by asking a lot of questions at this stage rather than later when we get into project delivery stage. And we also begin preparing for the negotiation. In project-based sales, negotiation is a very tough topic. Most project sales project-based sales environments are not very good at negotiating. They don't have a systematic approach to negotiation because every project is special and is focused on a specific business need. I tell you, if you have to negotiate every week, every month with the same customer, your negotiation skills get a lot better, a lot quicker. But if you only have to negotiate with your customer once a year for a specific project, their negotiation skills will probably always be better than yours. However, having agreed that you're going to be useless at the negotiation, which you won't be because I'll show you all of the negotiation tips when we get there, we're going to use this concept as well to firstly guarantee the success of the project as much as we can, secondly to understand what issues are going to arise that we can use as meat for our negotiation process when it comes. The total solution landscape has a lot of value and needs to be adjusted to fit into certain product environments, and More to this later.